How was your Christmas, Matt? How was it?
It was good. It was good.
Mine was my first one with my new son. Magical time, wonderful time, yeah?
Baby's first Christmas.
Yeah, not for everybody though, because Immediate Artichoke 86, right, has posted, am I overreacting? This is my first Christmas with my baby. My parents want us to drive to them 45 minutes away in the morning, only to then come back for dinner. I invited them over for Christmas morning at our place so we don't have to travel all day with a baby. They won't budge, and now my stepdad has started crying. So, a magical day. A magical day.
Yeah, nothing like trying to cram the whole family in a vehicle for hours on end, especially when one of them's... how old do they say?
So they're at most a year old.
Okay.
And they're being expected to drive around. But let's just see, right? So... they say, my parents have always had Christmas at their house in the morning. However, I am now married and have a child. 2 of my sisters have moved out of state and won't be there for Christmas. So it's just them and the parents, right?
Okay.
My brother is still local, but doesn't come around often. I told my parents we wanted to do Christmas morning at our house so we can have a new family tradition. Seems fair to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We invited everyone to come over, aka my parents and my brother. My stepdad started crying and tried to guilt us into driving there just so we can have Christmas at their house.
Okay, so starting off with the guilt trip, baby's first Christmas.
Now, don't get me wrong, this is a problem, right? I have this problem currently because new baby, got family all over the country. Right, haven't seen my grandparents for Christmas for a few years. Like, hadn't done this and everything. I've had to somehow MacGyver it so that my mum and my grandparents came to visit like the weekend before Christmas, and then we had Christmas with Em's parents and everything. Also, we could have baby's first Christmas with everybody, right? Because otherwise we'd have to go around. It's a nightmare. It is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have my sympathies, but. The stepdad's crying because they want them.
I don't think that's overreacting on their part. On the stepdad's part, I very much think that's a little overreacting. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody can give in here and there, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like the overreaction is on the stepdad's part, not on the poster.
I think so as well, but there's more. So my mum keeps saying it's tradition. But cannot come to terms with the fact that I have a child now and would love to do my own tradition. They won't budge and said, I'm taking away her grandbaby from her. Oh yeah, I explained that if she wanted to see him that badly in the morning, they could drive here, but she said no. I mean, they're being presented an option here. Like, I don't see the problem.
But, yeah, it's not like she's trying to stiff arm them and say no, it's my way or the highway. Like,
she's got a kid now. She's started her own family, and she wants to be able to like have it so that they're having their own tradition.
Yeah.
Like rather than driving to the parents and then awkwardly probably having to drive to the partner's parents later on and that kind of thing. Just have it there. For me, it made more sense to have everything around the newborn rather than have the newborn being dragged everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, even not a newborn, having to drag any amount of children to different locations for the holidays is always, I would say a circus act, but it's just like it's a ticking time bomb. It is.
Yeah. This whole post reminds me of a TikTok that I saw where it's a guy on the phone, clearly exhausted because he's got like his second kid right now, and he's trying to explain to his parents why it's ridiculous to expect them to pack up 2 like pop-up beds for the kids, all the like formula stuff, all the kids' clothes, all the toys, all the things, everything that they need to make things comfortable for those kids, pack them all into a car along with the kids, his wife and him, and drive 4 hours to go have Christmas at their house when all they'd have to do is just come to them. But there's no reason why you can't come to us, but they don't want to, No,
I think in this situation, especially being baby's first Christmas, starting new traditions is is so important early on because you're
Right.
established in it, and yeah, everything's going to be new. But I do think their family should respect that because my wife and I, we don't have kids, and we still like starting new traditions. Like for our American Thanksgiving, we decide that we like to go to the local buffet and just get a plate of food because it's just us. We're not going to make 20 different side dishes just to,
Hey, it's
have
easy.
them sit in the fridge for a week.
You get food. There's no cleaning. You have a nice day out. I can see the appeal.
Yeah, so I think their if anything, their family is definitely overreacting, and guilt tripping baby's first Christmas is not creating a lasting memory.
No, not really. Not really. But they talked to one of their sisters, and she's on my side. I don't know how to not make my parents upset, but I also don't want to budge on this. I don't think they should budge on it, to be honest.
No, not at all.
My parents are very controlling. They planned 90% of my wedding, baby shower, bridal shower, and even chose the colour of our home walls without our consent.
No.
Can you imagine walking in your house and seeing like your mum just there painting it like olive green? It's like, I thought it was nice.
You're gonna love what I did with the bedroom.
It's just getting there. It's just a mattress on the floor.
Oh no! It would be like floral wallpaper all over the walls. Pink floral wallpaper.
I love it. So they're clearly very controlling.
That's so excessive, but you can see where the trend is going.
Right. This is clearly something that's been going for a while, and they want to change it, but it's you can't just change it like that for this kind of person, I think. So telling them that we won't be at their house has started a horrible argument. It's like talking to a brick wall, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's hard because my father passed away a few years ago, and she and my brother are all that I have close by. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I also want to stand my ground. What would you do in this situation? I know I'd do. I'd tell them this is how I'm doing it. Turn up or don't turn up. That's how I would do it, honestly.
Especially in their situation where it's very early on. I mean, again, baby's first Christmas. I think it's got to be a ripping the Band-Aid type situation. You've got to set your grounds. You got to say, look, we're trying to make this the best that we can. This is the way we're doing it. We're creating our own tradition. You're more than welcome to be here, but if you don't, that's on you.
Yeah. I think it'd be really hard with parents as well, though, because like parents are so used to having everything done their way, right? That as soon as you sort of go, no, I'm an adult now with my adult life, and I want to do things this way. Even if you present a super logical argument to them, like this, with like, I've got a baby, right? I'm the one who's having to do the effort here, like do it my way. They go, well, no, because that's not the way that I have it, Yeah. And it can be a pain. It can be a pain. Like I had to explain, like my mum is a perfectly logical person. Like she's a wonderful person, but I had to explain to her, like, if you want to see the baby, you're gonna have to come to us. You're gonna have to come to us because, but like she had to go to her parents and my dad's parents to show off the baby. But then we're turning around and going, well, no, we're not doing it that way because that's ridiculous.
Well, and it makes more sense logically. Like you said, to like if you gotta bring the hamper, you gotta bring the fold outs, you gotta bring I mean in America we call them pack and plays. You gotta bring everything around your child, whereas they can just hop in the car and come over.
Exactly. And if you think about it as well, for us, our parents are either about to retire or they are retired. Like they're at that sort of age. Right, where they're sort of like they're probably pushing their 60s, maybe higher, like at that sort of point. Like for me, I think my mum is just about to turn 60. She's only got up to like 10 years left in work and all that kind of thing. Like you kind of got to think like your active life, as it were, work, going out, socializing, all that kind of thing. That's starting to wind down a bit. It's starting to wind down. Work is starting to disappear, or like you're coming towards the end of working and all that kind of thing. You don't have kids in the house. You don't have kids in the house. They've all grown up and left, and now they have kids, or they've gotten married, or they're doing their own thing. Like the amount of limitations that they have compared to us is nothing.
It's nothing. Their free time is arguably growing and through the roof.
Right. Exactly, like which is a great thing. They've earned it.
Yeah.
they've earned it. But like at the same, I don't understand why some parents can't see that as like, hey, wait, but you went through this. Why are you making me go through this? You know?
Exactly. And well, like you said too, like you can present the logical argument, but I mean, it's going to go one way or the other. Either they're going to accept it and be like, you know what, you're right, or they're going to double down and be like, well, then I guess I'm not going there.
Yeah,
and
I don't think it's not every parent, but I think a lot of parents are like this, where they sort of go like they put the foot down and go, no, we've always done it this way, so we're doing it this way. But
yeah, and that's where you got to rip that Band-Aid, and hopefully they'll come around, but I don't think it's overreacting at all.
No, I don't think this
on their part.
I don't think the poster is overreacting at all. I think it's a super common thing to happen. To be honest, I think it's super common. But I don't know.
And like I said, it's early on in the tradition, so you're gonna have to set boundaries and figure out how you want this to happen going forward. It's better to do it for the first Christmas than 6 Christmases down where little Jimmy's not gonna see his grandparents anymore.
Families are hard, man, but what do you think? Have you had situations where parents have maybe been a little, like, overreacting to stuff? If you maybe overreacted to stuff, let us know. And hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe. We're amazing, so why not do it? Go for it.
Boy.